What's up, guys? It's Super DBZ 800G here. Um, and today I figured, that I'd do a movie review. So, I'll be doing a movie review over the 2019 remake of Child's Play, which of course is the doll we all know and love, Chucky. It's, oh my god, it's so bad, dude. It's so bad. Oh my god, it's like, for me, watching all of the original movies and sequels and whatever, and then coming to this remake, it's just, it's so bad. Just, like, I get it, they wanted to try something new and innovative, I get it, but at the same time, like, some things just don't work. Like, so essentially what this is Chucky. If I had to describe this movie in one sentence, Chucky is Alexa. That's it. That's it. He's just Alexa in a physical Chucky form. That's it. He can turn off your TV, turn on lights, whatever, bro. He's essentially this mass AI, in the form of a buddy doll instead of good guy, and yeah. Instead of the interesting, serial killer that dies in a toy store and has his soul transferred over and tries to be human again, we have freaking Alexa with a knife and red hair. That's it.
I'm not sure.
But, overall, the main thing that, or I say the main plot of this movie is like, so since they're mostly centered around like AI and connecting to everything, they put like all these safety protocols and whatever, and they're building one of the buddy dolls and in this like factory, and this Chinese dude or whatever, he gets yelled at by his manager and he gets slapped, and he's like, oh, I gotta disable all the safety protocols and all the AI stuff, and so essentially it turns all the violent stuff on in Chucky, and he kills himself. He jumps off the building and lands on a car. So that's our first death of the movie, if you want to call it a death scene. I don't know. It's so dumb, dude. Oh my god. It's so dumb. Especially with me watching all of the original movies, like watching those and then watching this, it's just, oh my god. It's so bad. It's so bad. You have our main characters, which of course is Andy, and Andy's mom, and then Chucky. And then you have Mike, who is the police detective in the movie. He's one of the few characters that I actually like in this movie. I hate almost all the characters in this movie. There's literally, like, no character development and, like, no redeeming quality. Like, I don't care about any of them. Like, except for Andy, Chucky, and, like, his mom and Mike. That's it. I was, like, the only 4 characters I care about, dude. And, like, they give, since Chucky is, like, an AI, he kind of learns, like, different stuff about us as humans and, like, ways to have fun. Like, there's this part where Andy and Chucky are like playing a board game and like doing a bunch of other stuff, and he's like learning different human emotions and how to be more human, um, which is a really nice touch. I think in that aspect, um, they did really good. You really feel for Chucky, and you really feel like the emotion, like it just like, and he doesn't mean to do anything bad. At least in like the first half of the movie, I guess. Um, like he doesn't understand that he's doing more harm than good since he's an AI. Like he's still learning about like how to be human and human emotions. For example, there's this one part where Andy has a cat in the movie, and the cat scratches Andy's arm, and so Chucky chokes the crap out of the cat, and Andy stops him, and he's like, "Hey, you can't kill cats, and you can't creep people out and kill people." And Chucky's like, "Oh, okay, anything to make you happy." And yeah, and then there's this other cool part where Andy and his friends are watching Texas Chainsaw 2 on TV, which, to be honest, like, I love the Texas Chainsaw movies. I really do. I love the Texas Chainsaw movies, but why the second one? I'm not going to get too deep into it. It's just... Texas Chainsaw 2. Why? But they're watching it, and, like, they're like, "Oh, this movie's fake. It's so ridiculous. That would never happen." And so Chucky grabs his chef's knife and tries to, like, make it seem realistic and try to stab Andy and make it seem, like, realistic. And, Andy stops Chucky from trying to kill him. And, him and his two friends, there's this kid named Pug, and then the other girl, I forget her name. If you've ever seen iCarly and you've seen Gibby, that's what Pug looks like. Essentially a carbon copy. Yeah, he's pretty much Gibby from iCarly, bro. Just if you've never seen iCarly, just look up Gibby and then look up images of like the Child's Play remake, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But they're just so dumb. I don't like any of the. I hate all the characters in this movie. And there's a bunch of other stuff that goes on, like Andy, his dad, quote unquote, the mom's boyfriend, is named Shane, and in the movie he's kind of this like awful like person. He just doesn't care, and of course Andy hates him. So like Chucky's in Andy's room, and Andy goes in the room, and he's like, "I wish Shane would go away and leave us alone." And Chucky thought to himself, he's like, "I got you, B. Give me a second." And so, Chucky kills Shane. To be honest, this movie, aside from giving Chucky, like, the human emotion, and being more human aspect, they really did good on, the death scenes. I think the death scenes were really, really good. I'm not gonna lie, I thought every death was funny. I don't know if that's me with my dark and sick, twisted humor, but I just thought it was funny, bro. Like, Shane, he was, like, taking off Christmas lights on the roof, and Chucky, like, he takes the ladder, and he essentially, like, pushes it aside, so Shane, like, falls and just breaks his leg, dude, and it is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like, him breaking his leg was like the funniest thing ever. It was just so funny, dude. Like his bone pops out of his like knee and his leg. It's just so funny. And then in the inside of the house, you have the kids jamming out on their headphones, and it's all silent outside, so they can't. It's funny, bro. And Chucky kills him with like a lawnmower. He runs over the top of his head with the freaking lawnmower, so half of his skull just goes out of the lawnmower, which was actually kind of cool to kill him with the lawnmower, not gonna lie. And then Chucky comes over and he stabs Shane. And earlier in the movie, they were talking about Tupac for some weird reason. They were talking about Tupac, and Chucky just stabs him, and he's like, "This is for Tupac." Boop, boop, and just stabs him like 20 times. I thought that was a good death scene. And then the next morning, Andy wakes up, and Shane got murdered in like a watermelon garden or field or whatever, and Chucky put his head in a watermelon, which was kind of funny. The other death scene was the janitor dude with surveillance cameras. He fixes Chucky up after Andy throws him in the garbage chute, and he essentially slices at this dude's legs, and then slices him in half with a table saw, which he got sliced from the jewels up. So any pain in that general area as a dude, it hurts me. Like the death scene wasn't necessarily disgusting. It was the fact that he got sliced from the jewels up, and then he also got stabbed there before he got sliced in half with the table saw. So that death scene kind of hurt me. That death scene was cool, and it turns out he was using the surveillance cameras in the hotel to like stalk Andy's mom and like watch her in the shower, and it was weird, man. But Chucky kills him, and then later on, Mike is the police detective. He's another character in the movie. He's a pretty good character. We learn a little bit about him. We learn about his mom, and she takes like this self-driving car to bingo, and Chucky, since he's like an AI, he taps into the car's like driving system, and he kills her by crashing her into another car, and then stabbing her to death. Overall, I think this movie had some really good death scenes. Mark Hamill is the voice of Chucky this time around. I think Mark Hamill did a really good job. He's one of my favorite actors. I love Mark Hamill. Instead of having some father-son bonding time with James Earl Jones in the galaxy far, far away, or putting on clown makeup with green hair and chasing Batman in the Arkham series, he's Chucky. He is Chucky, and he does a really good job of doing the voice of Chucky, like giving Chucky human emotions. And there's like little bits of Chucky's like dark humor in there that's really funny. A couple of the lines that Mark Hamill said made me laugh. I think one of my favorites that he said, he was saying to Andy is like, are we having fun now, Andy? And like, since Chucky's an AI, he doesn't like know the different. Like, he thinks he's doing more harm than good, so he just is like, are we having fun now? Can we go play, Andy? Like, it's kind of like those dark humor lines that just make me laugh because Chucky does know, but at the same time he doesn't. So it was just really funny. And of course he's like, "You're my best friend to the end, Andy," and like just I loved him as Chucky. He did good. Um, Brad Dourif is the original voice actor for Chucky. He's been the voice of Chucky since the original. The only time he hasn't voiced Chucky is this new one. I did like Mark Hamill though. Mark Hamill did a really good job. Overall, dude, I just think it's it's so bad, dude. I don't like it. Like, there are certain aspects of the movie that I like, but overall, the movie just. Oh my god. It just was so bad. Like, the other part that I thought was cool was there's this part where. So in the movie, right, Chucky is the buddy doll instead of the good guy doll, and the the toy company or whatever in the movie comes out with like the next model, and they have like this big release party at the mall, and Chucky controls all the models in the store to like kill people, and he locks down the store, and he uses like AI drones to kill people, which was really funny. I'm not gonna lie. I laughed during that whole scene just because of like the dumb ways people were dying. Like this one dude just took an AI drone to the face, and like the blade of the AI drone just like slashed this dude's throat, and this dude just dies. And then like there's another model of the buddy doll that's like a bear, and you just see this small Build-A-Bear looking doll just drag this dude's feet just into one of the aisles and just gnaw on this dude's freaking torso, man. It was so funny, bro. Like, it wasn't scary to me. Like, this new Child's Play wasn't, it wasn't scary to me. It was funny, bro. Put it in the comedy section. Put it in the comedy section, bro. Just like Bird Box. Bird Box is the same way. Bird Box was funny. I didn't even think it was scary. I laughed at every single death scene in Bird Box. It was so stupid. It was dumb. Make another Bird Box movie. That was funny. That was funny, bro. It's not even... Bird Box wasn't even scary, bro. Make another Bird Box movie. I would love that. Funniest movie of the year. It just... Child's Play wasn't scary, dude. It wasn't. Like, all of the original movies are at least somewhat scary. Like, they have good jump scares and good pacing and good suspense. But this one, it's just not even like... There are a couple small, like, nothing really made me jump out of my seat, dude. Like, it was more funny than anything. I laughed at all the death scenes. It wasn't scary, bro. Like, I don't understand why some people like this movie. Like, I don't. It's so bad. It's just... I don't like any of the characters. I don't even like the plot of this movie. The plot of this movie is stupid. You realize the only reason Chucky exists in the movie is because some dude got slapped by his manager and turned off all the AI settings? It's dumb. Chucky is essentially Alexa with knife and overalls. That's it. That's all this movie is. It's just it's dumb, dude. Like, oh God, it's ugh. I don't know, man. I regret watching it. It's just so bad. I know some people that I know are like, oh, this is the best horror movie ever. This is way better than the original. Nah, bruh. Nah. It's trash. It, it's just, ugh. Um, what else do I have to say about this movie now that I'm thinking of it? Um, oh yeah, Chucky kidnaps Andy's mom, and Chucky and Andy fight, and Andy stabs Chucky, but of course we all know that Chucky isn't dead, and Mike shoots Chucky in the face, and then Andy's mom gets free from being tied up and rips off Chucky's head, and then later on, Andy and his friends beat up the Chucky doll, like tear away the parts, and then they burn it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else. I don't have anything else to say about the movie, bro. It's just, oh my God. It was a pain for me to even watch. I was debating on watching the movie. I didn't even know if I wanted to do it, like, watch it. I don't know. It just was so bad. But, yeah, that's going to be my movie review of the new Chucky remake. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my video. And subscribe.